take take 5. I don't know. This is synchronicity in music. Part, God knows, I've forgotten now. Probably part 3 or part 4. One of the 3. Anyway, I'm just trying to think of more examples of synchronicity in music, really, that I've experienced personally. And there's quite a lot really over the years, but it's just remembering them, because I haven't really thought about it a great deal for a while until I heard Lauren's show on Friday, and a song came up that I'd had the connection to and really liked, and that was that really. So it all started from there. That's why I decided to bring up the subject on YouTube and find out about anybody else's experiences, really, because mine was quite intense back in 2002. And I'm just trying to think of a few other songs, really. Probably Ash and a song called Meltdown. Weird thing happened with that CD. I bought the CD and this song was on there. And it was another time I got committed to hospital for a while. I was playing my music too loud and the neighbours got the ump, hence losing my tooth because I got it knocked out by my neighbours for playing my music. So it wasn't that loud actually. They used to moan about everything. I got a waterfall in my back garden with my pond. They used to moan about that, saying it was, well, I won't use the term, but they called the police, believe it or not. It was absolutely ridiculous. Every little sound I made used to give them the ump. It was ridiculous. We had some wind chimes outside the back door. They used to moan about those. Anyway, they've moved out now, thankfully, so I can play my music as loud as I like. I'm more considerate than I used to be, but at the time all this kicked off with my neighbours, the music wasn't even loud, really. It was just ridiculous. So they complained so many times, I got the ump in here, and just turned it up full blast. I was bevied up on a few beers, so went from there, really. But yeah, this song anyway, because this led to me, this whole thing with the neighbours led to me going to hospital. And the song that was playing was on my CD by Ash. I think the album's called Meteora, but the actual song's called Meltdown. And one of the lyrics is, "Who needs doctors and politicians? They rule by fear and try to keep us down." Of course, that really struck a chord with me. Because being in hospital, I was going mad because I was drunk. I woke up, obviously a little bit drunk. I was drinking like a fish at the time, and woke up in hospital. I knew pretty much what had gone on, but I couldn't believe it really. But that's what happened there. So this lyric really struck a chord with me, and me being me, I just wrote it on the wall of my hospital bedroom in great big letters. And then, well, I got in trouble for that, but there's not much they can do in there. They can't sort of lock you in your room. I was on a secure wall for some reason. Won't go into it really, but it was pretty hectic. But anyway, that's enough of that. But that was another song that was an example of synchronicity, really, because the lyric came out on that song just as I was being committed to hospital. So that was really strange. But I bought the album anyway. Going back to this Ash CD, Meteora, I bought the album and went to hospital, and it just totally disappeared. Well, I looked high and low for it because obviously I like the song, and it really meant a lot to me because I'm a bit of a rebel really with the whole psychiatric system. I don't enjoy being involved with it at all really, and personally don't see why I should be, because I'm not dangerous, you know what I mean? I'm not a mad axe murderer. I've just got a tendency to, well, party too hard sometimes. That's about it really, you know what I mean? And they class me as bipolar just because I like, when I'm obviously not totally related to alcohol, but when I'm having a drink, that's part of it, and it makes me sort of higher than most people would be really. I don't get drunk, I just get high, but that's part of me being bipolar, which I won't go into because it's probably going to turn a lot of people off if I keep going on about bipolar all the time. And I'm just trying to think of examples of synchronicity in music. So that's the title of the video, so I should go back to that really rather than waffling on, because I'm halfway through already. So what other songs have there been? There's been a few really. But going back to the pirate radio scene, a couple of songs that stuck in my head. I mentioned the last one, but there's also one called Imagine by Shoulder Armour. And the show they dedicated to me on Flashback with Lady Addict and Lady Elizabeth. Lady Elizabeth chose all the songs, but she never actually said anything on air. I don't know what she was doing there really, but I don't know what her role was particularly. But anyway, Lady Addict was going on about how much Lady Elizabeth fancied me. And I've been texting the radio station, but she never knew what I looked like or anything. So I've been in contact with them over the phone, and we've probably gone live a couple of times with requests and shout outs, but apart from that, she didn't know me from Adam, so it was really strange. But I wasn't moaning, I thought I was famous. It was really good. The whole experience of having a show dedicated to me. I wish I had the tape so I could put it on the computer, but it disappeared a long time ago, so that was the end of that really. But yeah, anyway, that went on all night, and this song came up, Imagine by Shoulder Armour, and it was like she was asking me to go out of her, and I was married, so obviously I didn't think of it at all, but it seemed strange. And I tuned into another pirate radio station a few years later, because I moved out of London, and obviously I couldn't receive a lot of them, plus the fact a lot of them got closed down over the years. And 2002 seemed to be the best year for pirate radio. There was just stations all over the place. You couldn't go from one end to the dial without finding about 10. So, but I focused on this one for some reason, and I had quite a major experience with it really. But anyway, moved out to where I am now, and found this pirate radio station out of the blue, and it's not as good as Flashback by any means, but they played this song Imagine by Shoulder Armour. I can't believe it. That's another synchronicity really, because I haven't listened to pirate radio for years, and the first time I did, they played this song. It was quite uncanny really. It was kind of freaky. So that was that really. I didn't think much of it. I listened to the station a few other times, but basically I didn't like it at all really. It's just I won't name it obviously, I might get libelled. But it was nowhere near as good as Flashback. There wasn't a great deal of interaction there really. They just used to play tunes like most radio stations, and I think that defeats the whole object of pirate radio. So that was that really, and trying to think of another song. I don't know the actual title of the song, but it's by Feeder, called I think it's 10 Feet Below the Ground, but it might have another. That's just part of the chorus. So, but that song I love, and at the time I had this paranoia that I was somehow going to die. I mean, I was drinking like a fish, and my lifestyle wasn't particularly great. And this song came up, and it followed me around for a few years really. And I went into hospital one time, and this song came on the radio, and that was only a slight coincidence, but it was an old song. It was released back in 2002, and I was in hospital at this time in 2006, so I was quite surprised that it came up really, because it wasn't like radio stations have a current playlist, and it's normally quite recent tunes they play most of the time to promote new music mainly. Well, on the radio stations I listen to, but yeah, so I love that song, and we just happened to book up to go to the Bee Festival one year, the only year we've been, and we didn't look at the band list, but Feeder were playing, and they played that tune, so that was particularly Coldplay playing that year as well, which was another coincidence, because there's another song that I mentioned before in another video that's also got significance for me really as well. But I get them all the time. I'm trying to think of them now. It's so long since I've sort of delved into this particular phenomenon of synchronicity in music. For me, it's probably quite a personal thing. I don't know. Maybe other people have experienced it, but I'd like to know your thoughts, and hopefully hear from people that have been through the same experience. Anyway, 10 minutes are up, so that's it. See you later.